Hey guys, welcome back to I'm Just a Fan. Today it's your host Ben, and we're going to be talking about the Cowboys situation and how much of a clown Jerry Jones is. So, I don't know if you saw some new news yesterday. It really wasn't anything too crazy, but Jerry Jones was asked about the status update on getting a contract done with CeeDee Lamb, and he responded to reporters with a very monotone answer of, there's really no urgency to get the deal done. CeeDee Lamb then tweeted out, LOL later. I'm not going to lie, as an Eagles fan who's watching this from afar, I'm loving it. The Cowboys are a fucking joke. I don't really know what they're doing. And that's kind of the whole point of this video. It's not going to be very long. It's just like, what exactly is Dallas doing? So my whole thing is Jerry. I don't know how old you are. I'll put it up on the screen, like when I'm done editing this. But I know you're in your 80s. Bro, you're going to die soon. Do you not want to get the chip? Like, do you not want to get that championship that you've wanted the last couple years? I don't really get it. It just doesn't really make sense to me on, like, what this approach is. And when I define this approach, it's highlighting not paying your three best players. So first, we're going to talk about CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is commanding a new deal and has needed a new deal. He's been holding out in camp because Dallas won't give him a new deal, and that's pretty valid, to be honest. He's discussed how he wants to be with the team long term if he gets some money. But Jerry just doesn't seem to want to pay him, and obviously Jerry's making that very clear again. In my opinion, just not a great look for Dallas. Number one, shows all the young guys on that team or other people potentially interested in playing for the team that you're probably not going to get paid as soon as you would like. So not a good look on that. And then when it comes to football, if you don't pay CeeDee Lamb, what is your plan offensively? You just signed Ezekiel Elliott. I don't even know if he's going to start. You don't have Gallup anymore. He's retired. I'm forgetting their tight end's name. He's pretty good, but he's not elite, you know? Like, who else are you throwing the damn ball to? I think you got to do two things. You either got to pay him because you're going to not have any real offensive threats outside of that. Or, and this is what I'm not fully understanding, is if you don't want to pay CeeDee Lamb, that's fine. I still think it's weird, but it's fine. So why are you not actively shopping him? It just doesn't make sense to me. You are, now under less than a month away from the season starting. If you want to get a haul for this guy, it's now. You're only going to lose more value for CeeDee Lamb if you do not trade him. The sooner it is. And my whole thing is, you don't actually have to trade him, but if you're not going to sign him, you got to get him out of here for maximum value. And then now that kind of goes into the next part of what I was discussing is Dallas needs to make a decision. Do they want to compete? And then if they want to compete, who do they want to bring back? Because if you want to compete, it's going to be very hard to compete, honestly, if you sign Dak to that deal and then try to sign either Parsons or Lamb. You already are going to have to accept that you're not going to be able to keep all three of these guys. It is what it is. Maybe for this year, but moving forward, no. So now when I talk about competing long term, I think this is where they got to figure this out, because if you don't end up signing Dak, even if you sign Lamb and Parsons, you got to restart because you got to get a quarterback. Trey Lance is your answer? I don't see it. Okay, let's say you end up keeping Dak and you keep Parsons. You trade Lamb, and I think that's your best situation to bounce back as quick as possible. Now, let's say you end up keeping Lamb and Prescott, but you lose Parsons. I still think you can bounce back, but again, you're taking a huge hit defensively. It's just a really bad situation for Dallas to be in. And it just seems like Jerry is just not really owning this situation. And he's not taking enough accountability for where they are. And he's really not giving a fuck about the urgency, because he's literally said it yesterday in that report. And for me, my last point on this is this all started when he just continued to not sign Prescott. Now, I get not signing Prescott. He's showed you he's kind of a regular season merchant. He doesn't show up in big games, especially in playoff games. But at the same time, not giving him this deal has now amounted to him making this amount of money. Again, I don't know all the reports, but I'm saying potentially he could be making up to $70 million, and then at maybe a high of even $90 million just this year. That is an insane hit against the cap. But that's all because Jerry just didn't want to fucking get that deal done long term, and he just has kept putting this contract up. Like, bro, this all starts back this really goes back to, okay, Jerry, you either could have signed the kid, got him for a way lesser deal, you would have more cap to afford Parsons and Lamb. Or, if you realize you didn't like Dak long term, you fucking trade him. And then you trade him to a new team. And you're not in this situation. You're with a new quarterback and you have a shit ton of cap space. So, overall, I would say this is an organizational failure so far for the Dallas Cowboys going into the season. And again, as an Eagles fan, I'm loving it. But just wanted to get this out there. I thought it was interesting, and I just really don't understand Jerry's whole philosophy with this. If you like this video, give it a like. If you like this type of content, subscribe. I love talking sports, and I'll be doing this continuing for the next, especially the next couple months because of the season starting up. And what are your thoughts on, this whole situation with Dallas? Because I just think Jerry specifically is just mishandling it terribly. So yeah, guys, I really appreciate you watching this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace, guys.